Well, I'm either going to blame it on Kurt, or if anyone makes contact with another driver, I'm going to blame Motor and Morgan. So if anyone like spins out or disconnects, it's Kurt's fault. If anyone crashes into someone else, it's Motor and Morgan's. Because he's always moaning that people hit him, but when he hits other people, he goes on the defensive very, very quickly. Shall I hit him at Texas Motor Speedway? I'll be like, mate, you can't argue. It's payback. Payback for the horse thief mile. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out. I've been trying to figure out a new season for touring cars because we're getting near the end. I'm gonna do a European season. I'm gonna do Monaco. I think Monaco would be alright in the touring cars, you know.
You should do everything at Monaco. Where can you go wrong with Monaco?
Not GT3s, fuck that. Nor Formula Renault.
I mean, Fury can't go off and be cutting the grass if there's no grass. Do it for Fury.
We had a shit show for Formula Renaults in fucking in Long Beach though. Fucking hell.
Oh, look, I hate Long Beach. Way too bumpy.
I like Long Beach as well. Are they moving away yet?
13 seconds. Excuse me. 10 seconds.
What, until they start rolling?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
3, 2, 1.
At least with a shorter grid, we don't have to wait as long.
Yeah. And Chris has started moving.
Did I send you the link, G? No.
Right,
Dipshit.
I think they're all moving now.
Yeah.
I'll leave and join back in.
Yeah, by the time I send G the stream, it'll be fine for me to jump in. There you go.
40-minute race.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope Chris can bin it a few more times. I swear, every time that I come in to commentate on a league that's been dominated by someone, in the second race they always have a shit race. Whether that's crashing or running out of fuel or what.
Is that what happened to X Mark? Because he lost his pedals, didn't he?
I don't know, but it happened in the Clios, the very first race that I commentated. It happened in the Formula Renners. Someone ran out of fuel, I think it was.
Ben Parky, I remember.
Yeah.
And we were commentating on it with him in the party. We were like, mate, you have to pit and put fuel. The thing is, my pit strategy, I have no fuel when I pit. It doesn't fill up. There's like, assign it then. He goes, I don't have any buttons to change it because I got rid of it all because I didn't like it. So well, he literally had nothing to help him. Nothing.
Yeah, and then he came into the pits and just sat there.
Yeah, because his team wouldn't fuel him because he didn't tell him to fuel him because he got rid of the buttons that assign it.
Is there a pit stop in this race?
No.
Oh.
They still might run out of fuel.
Is there? I don't know why I'm like obsessed at watching people's fuels now that I've watched 2 races where people have run out of fuel. and then myself nearly running out of fuel in the GT3s.
It's quite hard to figure out sometimes. I always overfuel. Alright. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Motive Racing. We're about to get underway for the feature race here at Misano. Myself and Green Pies are in the commentary box tonight, and an interesting sprint race we had a minute ago, Green Pies. But as you just quoted a second ago, you're going to hope that Chris makes a couple more mistakes to make it a little bit more interesting. So I was going to say, if anyone... I have no evidence. If anyone looks at my private stream, they'll hear it. But
as I come around the last corner.
But yeah, we are about to get underway here at Misano, a night race here as the drivers all line up. We are about to get underway as we are green here at Misano, and away we go. It's Green Pissick who leads them away from BT Targa for Team Prolapse, and once again Chris Pissick has got a great start into turn one and he leads the pack away. The two teammates of Rompu and Dicrox are battling out for third and fourth. Scuderia Paul has lost out to Ray Kim, and Ray Kim has moved up a place. Greenwood with poor qualifying will not be able to get near the front at a minute. Amazing Pie Boy rounds off the back of the grid. As you see there, C-Mail down the inside of Thomas there, and he gets the move done by the looks of things. But, as you see here, there's a couple of spinners. I think that's Didi and Thomas at the back of the pack. Sorry, Didi. Yeah. C-Mail. Can't pronounce that. We call him C-Mail, but both of those guys have made contact, but it's Chris Pissick who leads away from BT Targa. Dicrox in third, Rompu in fourth, Raykim in fifth, Greenwood in sixth, Scuderia Pool 7, DD in eighth, Thomas in ninth, and Amazing Pie Boy and C-Mail at the back of the grid. As you see here, a fight between Amazing Pie Boy and Thomas, and they make contact, and Amazing Pie Boy has lost out there, but a little bit chaos at the back, but pretty much clean at the front.
Yeah, during those opening few corners, I saw Greenwood do a lovely overtake on the inside of Scudiera.
Yeah, all sorts of good fights going on, but in the comments here we got Lightblade and Sim Race Train saying that they are excited for Rompu and Dicross to come through the pack and try and make it a 1-2-3 of Run DJC, but there's one man that's in between them right now, and that is BT Targa from Team Prolapse, and he is doing it here for Prolapse drivers, and I'm surprised Nicky and the rest of them aren't here cheering him on, but Paul was at it and giving it a good go at the minute in second place, but he's got Dicrox all over him, and Dicrox looks super quick in the first half of that, the last half of that sprint race, and him and Ray Kim and BT Targa all had a great fight towards the end of the race.
Yeah, BT Targa is hoping to maybe get second place this race, as opposed to, I believe he got fourth place last race, didn't he?
Yeah, he lost out due to a spin and then hit the wall and then had serious damage, so he just at the end of the race he made that small error. But we got Greenwood who's currently pressurising Ray Kim a little bit, but Ray Kim with a great defensive drive earlier on. It's going to be difficult for Greenwood to find a way past him if he can. C-Mail's dropped further back, so is DD, and Amazing Pie Boy's made up a place. But the back of the pack all a little bit sloppy, but Chris is doing what he needs to do right now and pull away, as Green Pies' curse hasn't really kicked in yet.
Well, I mean, we do have 37 minutes left of this race, so there's plenty of time for Chris to bin it. We saw in the last race that he binned it, and also during qualifying, I believe it was, I was watching him, and he did look a wee bit sloppy in qualifying near the end of it before he went into the pits.
Yeah, a little bit. He's just maybe under a little bit of pressure. Plus, also Sim Race Train. If anything's going to happen to Chris Pissick, I'm either going to blame Green Pies, Sim Race Train, or Kurt, because Sim Race Train. I'm going to blame JR Sim Racing because he goes to put in the comment, I cannot explain how much hard work Chris has done for this feature race. The man is ready for the race. So if anything goes wrong, I'm blaming all three of those people: Green Pies, JR Sim Racing, and Kurt as well, because apparently it's a running joke to blame Kurt on everything. So that's what's going to happen from now on.
As a commentator, I take no responsibilities in any spins or crashes.
Oh mate, you're a commentator now, so you carry the curse. No matter what predictions you make, anyone is going to make a mistake. So if you want Chris Pissick to win, he's probably going to make a mistake one way or another.
I hope Chris has a really clean race with no spins.
Well, I feel like you put him under a lot of pressure now, but he's just keeping it easy at the minute. He's just lost a little bit of time to BT Targa, but Dicrox is also pressurising BT, and Rompu has just dropped off these guys as well. So BT hanging it strong at the minute in that second place, but he's got a lot of pressure from Dicrox. The rest of the pack a little bit more strung out. I think that's Amazing Pie Boy. He's quite close to Thomas Menga right now, so he's going to probably try and make a move on him if he can. But
yeah, well, we saw how fast Dicrox was in the sprint race. So if he can just get past BTT and catch up to Chris, he might be in a chance with getting a win.
Yeah, possibly, but like you said, he needs to get past BT first. But as the famous Murray Walker said, who sadly we lost this year, it's one thing catching, it's another to overtake. So it's going to be interesting to see if Dicrox can overtake BT Targa and then probably challenge his fellow teammate of Chris Pissick. But at the minute, Chris has got this under control at the moment, with Dicrox not too far behind BT Targa. But that's your top three. Rompu in fourth at the minute, Rakim in fifth, Greenwood in sixth. He's got a little bit of pressure from Scuderia Pool, Dennis Thomas Menga, Amazing Pie Boy and Didi. These three having a great fight at the minute, and then C-Mel at the back of the pack.
Very much so. These two in second and third. They probably know that Chris spun in that 20-minute race, and this is a 40-minute race. It just gives more time for Chris to make a mistake and these two to capitalise on it.
Yeah, definitely. And as Dicrox and probably Chris and Rompu are probably teammates, they're probably in the same party as well, so they're probably communicating to one another, and also probably getting in report messages from JR and Lightblade. But Lightblade has also put a lot of time and effort in helping these guys set these cars up, help the other drivers out a little bit, but he's focusing mainly on his GT3 promotion if he can. But it's a shame. We would like to see Lightblade fighting it out with Chris as well, but at the minute Chris is leading them away.
A man who was doing really well in the last race before he had a spin-off was Didi, and he's just after having another spin that's put him to the back of the field.
Oh no, Didi dropped back. Great defensive drive earlier on, like you said, Green Pies, and he's gone off again. He's just trying too hard right now and just trying to get into the flow of things. But remember, Didi, it is a very long race, so just try and get into the flow of things, mate. And I'm sure anything can happen. Some of the drivers might mess up and you'll gain an opportunity. Rakim is now over the back of Rompu. Rompu holding this pack up a little bit, but Dicrox is still all over the back of BT Targa. Massive pressure here from BT.
Yeah, well, we saw these two spin in tandem last race, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, and it could possibly happen again, but BT Targa just needs to keep his head clear. And we've learnt here as well, Green Pies, it's not easy to overtake here at Misano, so hopefully...
No, this track is extremely hard to overtake. Most of the overtakes we've seen have been from the other drivers making mistakes.
Yeah, other drivers making mistakes or errors.
As Amazing Pie Boy and Thomas are fighting it out at the back.
Yeah, Amazing Pie Boy down the inside of Thomas, and he gets the job done. Brilliant stuff there from Amazing Pie Boy, and he moves up another place. But a little bit of a recovery drive from these two. They're quite far away off of the pack at the minute, but hopefully Amazing Pie Boy can get into the flow of things and catch him back up. But I think Thomas has got a run on him. He has. They're side by side as he comes down the longest straight, so these two are going to be battling it out towards, well, pretty much for most of this race, I think.
Yeah, these two, they're not up the front. In all fairness, the entire pack has stretched out with only a few pockets of 2 and 3 drivers. So if some of those drivers can make a mistake, they can capitalise on it. Yeah,
definitely, but they're having a good fight nonetheless, and I'm pretty sure both of them are enjoying it as we're starting to get a little bit more light here.
Greenwood and Scudiera are fighting out side by side down the main straight.
This pack of 4 at the minute, all very close, and leading this pack is Rompu at the minute. So these guys batting it for tooth and nail just for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. All Greenwood, a little bit late on the brakes there, and both Scuderia Pool and Greenwood both losing the rear a little bit, and both losing out
quite a bit of time.
Yeah, they've lost time to Rakim and Rompu, who have pulled away a little bit. But now we've got a 2x2 situation. BT Targa and Dicrox fighting out for 2nd and 3rd. Rompu and Rakim batting out for 4th and 5th. Greenwood and Scuderia Pool fighting it out for 6th and 7th. Scuderia Pool on the outside, but will have the inside for the next corner. And it looks like he'll get the job done, as Greenwood would just have to slot in place, and we'll have to wait for another opportunity to get past him. And then we finally got Thomas Menger and Amazing Pie Boy, the other 2v2 fight at the minute.
As Greenwood is going up the inside.
Yeah, we've just gone on board with him and he didn't quite get the run. And he's going to have to wait a little bit longer. But Scuderia Pool holds onto that by the skin of his teeth. Rompu's still under massive pressure from Ray Kim at the minute. And Dicrox is still putting that pressure on BT Target. But BT Target hasn't really got dropped by Chris Pissick at the minute. He's still within touching distance of him. Just takes him to make one little silly error that Chris did make in the later part of the race to try and do something about it. But at the minute, Chris is staying consistent once again.
Yeah, Chris might have spun during that last race, so now he's just preserving the tyre, knowing it's a longer race, and he can't make those mistakes again, because these two are much closer to him than they were during the last race, where he pulled out, I believe, a 10-second gap for his accident.
Scuderia Pool has made a mistake. That's allowed Greenwood to have a look around the outside. Can he get the job done? No. Scuderia Pool shuts the door and pushes him wide as well. I think Scuderia Pool having a flash of lights to apologise maybe for the little bit of a rough move there. But Greenwood nearly missed his braking and hits the back of Scuderia Pool, but he managed to pull it up. He's lost a bit of time, but close racing from them. But at the minute, go on, mate.
Go ahead. When they get close to each other, they have really good battles, these guys. It's just the problem, this track is extremely hard to overtake on these cars.
Yeah, it's very difficult for these guys. Oh no, BT Target has dropped it. He's hit the curb and he's gone round. He's held it together by cutting half of the track. But he's given the place to Dicrox. Yeah. Oh, BT Target, what had happened there? My fellow Team Prolapse driver has dropped it. Come on, mate, get back into the flow of things. He's probably given up the time for cutting the corner there, but he's lost that second place. Rompu and Ray Kim still batting it out for 4th and 5th, but this fight between Greenwood and Scuderia Pool is brilliant right now, as Greenwood is now in front of Scuderia Pool, and they're just batting it out left, right, and centre.
Battling out for 6th place.
Painful, I know, mate. It's absolutely painful. But the next round that these guys will be going to is to one of your favourites, Green Pies. One of your favourites now.
No, I can't say I like Hungary one bit. I had a really bad race there.
Yes, guys,
we are into turn 1 and then another spin.
We will be heading to the Hungaroring for the next round for the Porsche Super Cup, and if anyone saw the Formula 1 race, me and myself and Green Pies managed to qualify on the front row for the F1 race, and all I'm going to say is that turn 1 was a little bit sloppy.
Just a wee bit, but we're not going to name names. It was an accident and he apologised.
It's racing is what it is, and we'll just move on and head to Spa. But I know for a fact, mate, that I was ready and raring myself to go to give you a fight for once in the Formula 1s, and it turned out me and you can never really have that fight, but it is what it is, and hopefully I can be competitive enough to give you another fight at Spa. But
I
we'll
believe
see.
That was the first time you overtook me on track.
It is the first time I've ever overtaken you cleanly and with no else involved. Oh no, wait, actually no, hang on. That's definitely the first time I've overtaken Green Pies, and I tell you what, it was sweet, bittersweet, but it was mainly sweet. But I got the run a minute into
jumping around in your cockpit.
Oh, so mate, I was screaming at it. I was like, I turned into turn 1, leading the race, and I thought, I gotta not mess this up. I can't mess this up now. And I thought Hungaroring was going to suit me because it was a circuit where you couldn't overtake, and I thought, yes, I've got this, and then I got overdone.
Jose was just like, no.
you two, I got to say, you two are on another level in Formula 1. You got myself and Matt, every now and then we'll have a good couple rounds and maybe give you a fight or two, but you and Jose, man, you two are on fire on Formula 1 at the minute.
Yeah, Jose just needs to show up to all the races. Because he's missed a few for being banned and just not showing up as well.
Yeah, he had a couple of internet issues, I believe, and also, like you said, a ban. As we see here, Ray Kim looks like he's finally got a run on Rompu, but Rompu will have the inside for the next corner. These two having a great little fight right now, but Rompu will hang on to that position, but he's gone a little bit wide, so that's going to allow Ray Kim to get a better drive out the final corner. But sorry, not the final corner, that penultimate corner, but he's not quite close enough this time. But a great little fight between them. Scuderia Pool and Greenwood have separated a little bit, but like I said, Green Pies, you and Jose are dominating F1 at the minute and looking strong to keep this fight on for the rest of the season. Myself and Matt, every now and then, maybe GDBO as well, all kind of get in and annoy you two at some point, but not really enough to hinder you guys at the moment.
Well, I don't think you've ever annoyed me. The only times you've annoyed me was France, whenever you broke my front wing. I had to drive half the race without a wing.
Well, that I blame my poor Renault. You know, it's a very oversteery setup, and my mechanic and engineers didn't give me enough time to prep for the race, and I didn't do any setups. So I literally just turned up with default setup and thought, sod it, I would just go with that.
Did you actually do that race with default setup?
Yeah, I did that race with default, mate. No setup, nothing. I didn't have time to practice. Paul Ricard is definitely a circuit that I don't really like anyway. So I literally just turned up, press. I think it was medium down. Went just up from medium downforce. So it was just slightly more downforce, and that's probably why I sucked.
I mean, you got an 8th place in that race. I was just looking at the standings there.
That's how bad I did compared to last week.
Yeah, and I still beat you with an extra pit stop onto Inter.
Yeah, alright, okay. No need to rub salt in the wound, alright? No need to rub salt in the wound. But back to the Porsches at the minute, and Chris Pissick does lead at the minute with Dicrox in 2nd place, and we've now Dicrox has got clean air, Green Pies. Do we think we can see him catch onto the back of Chris and maybe give him a little bit of a hard time?
Well, I don't know, because Chris was only, I say only, he was only 3.8 seconds ahead, and now he's pulled out 2/10. So, I don't know if Dicrox actually has the pace, and he's pulled out another 10th on Dicrox there.
Yeah, so maybe at the minute Chris has just got the edge over his teammate Dicrox, so Dicrox had promising pace earlier on, but looks like Chris is just on another level and has just stepped up once he knew. Dicrox has moved into that 2nd place. BT Targa though still 3 seconds back from Dicrox, so he still can see them and is still in range, but he's be ready if anything happens to the leaders. Rompu still heavily defending from Ray Kim at the minute. These two are going to be battling out to the end of the race, I think, because at the minute nothing separates these two.
Yeah, well, BT Targa knows that these two can make mistakes, so he's probably banking that in the next 22 minutes one of them makes a mistake.
That's it, mate. That's it. Consistency is key, and you could be the fastest driver on track, but if you can't keep going around at a consistent race pace, then there's no point in having that fast speed. If you can't keep it consistent, then what's the point? But most of these drivers, go on, mate.
I'd rather be slow and consistent than fast and going off every second lap.
Yeah, exactly. Where you make where you be super fast on one lap, but then the next lap you make a horrid mistake and you lose, say, like a second or two. All that time you've made up in that super fast lap has been completely annihilated by your one mistake. So you may be you might gain a couple of tenths here or so by being quick, but you can lose a massive amount.
Entire seconds.
Yes, exactly. So it's always worth doing your homework and figuring out what is going on and learning the conditions as well. A lot of the drivers here have done that, and the one man who has is Chris Pissick, who's lost a little bit of time there to Dicrox. He's got just lost 3 tenths to Dicrox, but I wouldn't get too excited about that just yet. They might just have a little bit of a sloppy lap from Chris, but what has happened to Thomas? He's dropped off a little bit. Greenwood and Scuderia Pool have extended their gap between each other, so they're not having the fight they were having earlier on. It's just...
Oh, Thomas has just crashed it.
Oh,
really
yeah.
Big crash into the pit wall.
Yeah, he's crashed on the main street, and he can't get it going again. He's spun it again. Oh no, we're going to come away from that because it's not fair to see someone spinning out. But currently got 6 people watching the stream. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe. And if you've got any comments or queries, then get them in. And myself and Green Pies, with our expertise and knowledge on everything to do with motorsport, then we will try our best to answer the questions. If you want any F1 queries, ask Green Pies because he seems to be the man with that. But with anything else, I will try and make it up as I go along.
Yeah, I've been noticing that these teams that have popped up, well, not popped up, they've been here since before I was here, like Team Prolapse and the other one that I can't remember the name of.
Run DJC.
Yeah, them. I noticed that they seem to be like academies for these drivers to get better and faster, and they can share knowledge between each other. So maybe I'll do that for the F1.
Oh, so maybe we might have an F1 team run by Green Pies. Who would like to see that? I mean, I'd quite happily sign up. I'd like to be I'd like to be a little bit of help in F1, but
as we were talking, Rakim made the move on Rompu on the straight.
hey, finally Rakim has made a move on Rompu, and Rompu has lost out a little bit there, so he's now moved down to 5th place, but I'm sure he will stick to the back of Rakim. A guy who's starting to catch these two is actually Greenwood. He's now starting the lap as quickly as these two, so maybe he can get onto the back of them and make it a 3-horse fight once again. We like a 3-way fight at the Porsche Super Cups, and at the minute these two are battling out, and it's going to allow Greenwood to get closer, but a possible team in F1. Ooh, Green Pies might start a team. Yeah. I know you got Penguin Dude under your wing at the minute. So is anyone else come to advice?
I've been helping a few of the people. I won't name them because they've been doing well, and I don't want to take credit for that.
Right, who did well last round? Definitely, you weren't asking me. I know that for sure. I did that all by myself, and that was using just Jose's setup.
Well, I think I've been helping. I'll just name them. I've been helping Matt, and I believe he's just been passing that info on to Gary. So I'll take credit for Gary's win at France.
Oh, okay. Gary's win at France. Okay, yep.
Yeah,
anyone else?
And then Penguin Dude, obviously. I've loved been watching his improvement from the start all the way up to that 4th place at France, or a 5th place even. He got 4th place on track but penalties. And I've just been helping Jaffa Cake and Redding and all the cars that have been struggling at the back.
Yeah, we did notice that Redding has also been improving on lap times. Obviously, the start of the race didn't pan out his way, but he was saying in the Discord that he did have good pace. And by the looks thing, it was a lot of help due to you as well. So
yeah, I was on the call there, coaching him and telling him what to do, what pit strategies.
Oh, Rompu here, trying to make a move on Rakim, and I just had a message on my PlayStation that my controller might die, so I might have to do a little bit of a swapperoo in a sec. But Rompu is on the inside of Rakim, and it looks like he's gonna get the job done. And while that is happening,
Finley on the inside.
Yeah, brilliant stuff there. And while that's happening, I'm gonna quickly change controllers a minute. So give me 2 seconds, Green Pies.
Pulling it out for 4th and 5th.
Easy as that.
Well done, you're back.
I'm a beast at swapping controllers. Don't ask me to change tyres or do fuel strategy or anything like that, because I'm useless at that. But changing controllers, beast. I'm an absolute beast.
See, all I need to do is just plug it into charge.
Yeah, I find that too complicated, you know.
Oh, fair enough.
All the wires that I've had to charge my controllers have all been busted or broken, so I've never ever bothered.
See, I keep my PlayStation and my controller to like the left side of my rig that I race on, and I never walk there because it's like right between the wall and the rig, so
I see.
I never step on anything or drop anything on it at all.
I see, fair enough. 8 people currently watching the stream, guys. Hit that like button, get your queries in and get your comments in. Who do you think is going to take the race win tonight? Chris Pissick leads the way at the minute, but only just with a 2.3 second gap over Dicrox. Dicrox is starting to bring that gap down to Chris, very slowly, but he's bringing it down.
Well, he's made up a second in about 5 minutes, so this could be a very tense last lap battle.
A second over 5 minutes, and we got what 15 minutes left. If he keeps that up, then we might have a fight at the last 5 minutes between the two leaders, the two Run DJC drivers. But we would love to see that towards the end of the race, wouldn't we, Green Pies?
Yeah, he's made up even more time. He's only 2 seconds behind him now.
So it's going to get spicy towards the end for sure. BT Tiger still in a solid third place right now, with quite a large gap to Rompu, who's having a great fight with Ray Kim at the minute in 4th and 5th place. Greenwood in 6th. Scuderia Pool currently in 7th. C-Mel in 8th place. Amazing Pie Boy in 9th. Didi in 10th. And Thomas Menga rounds off the top 11.
Yeah, I'd be kicking myself if I was Didi. He had a really good race last race, and now he's all the way back in 10th place.
Yeah, he had a good race, but then obviously he had that little mistake when he was defending from oh, who is it? It was Ray Kim and Dicrox. Yeah, I forgot who they were for a second. But yeah, there was a good defensive drive from him, but just one little error, and that sent him down the back of the pack. But
speaking of Dicrox, he's just eaten out another 4/10 on Chris.
I was just
really
having
catching up here.
Yeah, I was just having a look at that, and Dicrox is bringing that gap down. The Porsche, I'm going to call him the Porsche Master, because whenever I see Chris Pissick in a Porsche, he's always the fastest out of all the Porsche drivers. But at the minute, he's going to have a little bit of pressure from his teammate Dicrox, who's hunting him down. He's going to try and beat the Master. So it's going to be Apprentice versus Master right now.
Yeah, Dicrox is definitely faster. I wonder will there be any team orders to just let him by and fly off instead of fighting each other.
Oh, Dicrox has gone very wide though, and that's gonna be a little bit of a warning for track limits. But both of these guys pushing it to the limit. Obviously, Chris keeping it within circuit a little bit more than Dicrox, but Dicrox is desperate to try and take a race win here. Oh, Chris has made a little error. He's gone a little bit much on the power, and he's just lost it a little bit. We were just saying earlier on.
Dicrox very close now. Just under a second, 6 tenths behind him, and he's catching at a rate of knots.
Yeah, and also while this is going on, Rompu is defending from Ray Kim into the final corner. Can he hang on to this position? Ray Kim gets a great run out the final corner, and he comes alongside. We're going to keep an eye on this and the lead for the fight, for the race as well. But Rompu defends the inside, and he'll hold on to that position. Dicrox has been 2/10 of Chris Pissick, just as we thought things would.
Dicrox is pushing Chris through these corners.
Just as we thought things were going to be settling down a little bit, it's actually starting to heat up. Dicrox, 13 minutes left of the session. Can he get past Chris Pissick right now? Rompu and Ray Kim are still going at it. That's another fight we want to keep an eye on. Close between those two. The other Run DJC driver just trying to hang on to that 4th place. But Dicrox is all over Chris now. He's got a better run out that corner, and now down the main straight. This is where Dicrox has been quick all evening. Can he find a way past Chris Pissick right now?
He's literally 1/10 behind him. That is a car's length.
He's definitely there.
Close racing.
It's very close. Their teammates as well. They do not want to be making contact with each other, so it's got to be done as cleanly as possible. He goes around the outside.
Dicrox up the inside in this corner.
Chris gives him the space, and he runs wide.
A lot of space.
Probably a little bit too much space, but Dicrox down the inside, and Dicrox will take the race lead here at Misano for the feature race. Into the lead, Dicrox go. Now Chris, that'll be frustrating him a little bit, and he'll want to get back in front of him and gain that position back. But Dicrox patiently waiting. But we've got 12 minutes left of this session, so anything can happen. Lightblade in the comments says no team orders at DJC. The boys know what they are doing, so no team orders. They will just be left to go and do what they want to do, as Dicrox now takes the race lead and will try and hold on off from Chris Pissick. What is going on between Ray Kim and Rompu? Rompu's still ahead of him at the minute. Just got a little bit of a gap between those two. But Chris looks like he's lost out a little bit here from Dicrox. He's made a little error somewhere.
Yeah, he had a really bad exit out of that corner. But I mean, Ferrari also said that they didn't have any team orders at that race at Austria. So I don't know, maybe it was team orders. Chris did not look like he was defending very hard there.
I don't know. I think like Blade says, there's no team orders, and I can't ever believe him. These Run DJC guys don't really like team orders, and they like to push each other to the limit. And Dicrox there with more pace at the minute. He fairly got Chris on the outside and set him up for the next couple of corners. So a brilliant setup nonetheless, and he now takes the race lead. And Dicrox is going to try and extend it while he can.
Yeah, these two have an absolutely ginormous lead to BT Target, and then an even bigger lead to Rakem. So, as Dicrox goes off and hits the board,
oh, Dicrox has gone off track, and that's allowed Chris to get back onto him.
A lot of time.
Yeah, obviously here at ACC, they will be given several warnings for track limits, and Dicrox has obviously got one. Oh my God! Boys, don't hit each other. God.
That would be very embarrassing if the two teammates squash each other out and give BT Target, their rival, effectively at this moment, the win.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have a big shunt to allow BT Target to get closer, but Dicrox with a little bit of an error somewhere, losing time, is allowing Chris Pissick once again to have another look, but I don't think it's going to be enough at the minute, as Chris is not able to stick to the back of Dicrox, as we've got the sunrise here, and he'll be blinding the drivers in the eyes right now. So a little bit of a struggle for them. But another thing to note as well, Rakem has moved up into 4th place, but Rompu isn't allowing him to get away, so Rompu will try and find a way back if he can. And it looks like Rakem had a little bit of an error in that section, has allowed Rompu to get right close to him.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on that sunrise coming up in the morning, blinding them going down that long back straight. If one of them messes up their braking point and goes into the back of the other, that's going to be a huge shunt.
It is going to be a massive shunt. We are currently on board with Rompu, who looks to be on the inside of Rakem. He looks like he got better drive out of that corner, and it looks like he'll be in front for these fast right-handers. They come into the first one, and Rakem gives him the space. He goes really wide, but that's allowed.
He definitely gave him the space.
Definitely gave him the space for sure, but probably a little bit too much space as well. But he's moved up into that position now, and this, like I said earlier on, Green Pies, these two are going to be battling out to the end. 10 people are watching the stream, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe if you want to be up to date on what's going on here at Motive Racing, live here at Misano for the Porsche Super Cup. And it's Dicrox who's leading it at the minute, but Chris Pissick, the Porsche master, is all over the back of him. His new teammate for Run DJC is leading it at the minute, but he's not letting him get away with it too easy.
No, and they're coming up on a back marker, Thomas, I believe. Yeah, Thomas, who is suffering some damage, so if he can get in the way of them, that would be horrible for them. So they're hoping to just get past him nice and quickly.
Yeah, we'll see how that happens as they come up to lap him. But it's not over yet, is it, Green Pies? These two are battling it out. Takes one silly error for these two to take each other out, and BT Targa will be in line for the next position. But something major is going to happen these two for BT Targa to get near him. But BT has to keep it consistent just in case something does.
Yeah, in racing, it's never over until it's over.
Nope, definitely not over. And Dicrox at the minute, I feel like if you're just watching these two, Dicrox is a little bit more aggressive on track, and you see him going a lot wider, making a little bit more sloppier mistakes, and Chris is just a little bit more smooth and consistent. But it just takes one little error and Chris will be back through, as Pure Motorsport Maze Gamer drops in and says, "Evening guys, wonderful to see watch Pro Laps at the podium," and obviously supporting his Pro Laps teammate BT Targa. Maze is actually a part of Team Pro Lassie, the academy drivers, so he's cheering on his senior teammate. But Dicrox still leading them out, and as you can see, Green Pies, he's just a little bit more sloppy than Chris. He just seems to be using a lot more curb.
Yeah, I think Dicrox is maybe running a little bit less downforce, hence why he's faster in the straight lines and a wee bit more sloppy in the slow corners.
As I said,
Chris goes very wide there.
Yeah, just as you were saying that, Chris is the one that then goes wide in a slower corner there. But banner out till the end. And once again, Rompu is now in front of Rakim. So these two are still batting out, and it's allowing Greenwood to get onto the back of him as well. 6 minutes left of the session, and we all got fights appearing left, right, and centre. So keep an eye on what's going to happen, guys. And come on, we got the last 5 minutes. Let's hear your predictions on who's going to win this titanic battle between teammates. Is it going to be Chris Pissick?
Thomas gets out of the way.
Yeah, Thomas gets out of the way beautifully and allowing the two leaders to go through. A massive appreciation to Thomas there and being sporting. So big respect to him, as Dicrox and Chris will remain their battle till the very end.
We saw how fast Greenwood was in the last race, where he got second place and nearly overtook Chris on the last lap, but just couldn't. As I believe Rakim and Rompu are fighting again.
Yeah, we just jumped on board with Rompu and Rakim. Rompu a little bit wide there, and that's allowed Rakim just to get a little bit better run into the final corner. If these two, like you said, mate, keep batting out a little bit too much, Greenwood would be there to then try and pick up the spoils, as he finds 3/10 on these two, and he's creeping onto the back of them very, very slowly. Chris Pissick, by the looks of things, just doesn't seem to have the pace on Dicrox now. Dicrox just calmed down a little bit and is extending that gap between the two run DJC drivers, as Chris actually gets quite close to him. Actually, in fact, it's that short, the slow hairpin there that Dicrox seems to struggle with.
Yeah, Dicrox is definitely struggling in the slower corners, it seems, where you need that downforce. So I'm thinking he might be running a wee bit less downforce. That might just suit his driving style more.
Yeah, possibly. Like I said, we'll just keep an eye on this fight, but at the minute things are hotting up for 4th, 5th and 6th. Rompu trying to hold back Rakim and Greenwood right now. I keep going to say Goodwood. Looking at that, I'm thinking Goodwood, but it's Greenwood. First green pies, now Greenwood. What am I going to say next? But
I don't know.
I don't know either, mate. I'm going to end up saying like Green Rompu or something like that. But Rompu holding on to the 4th place for the minute. Rakim and Greenwood trying to find a way past if he can. And Greenwood's just got to hope for a mistake or something. But Chris Pissick has lost a lot of time to Dicrox. He's lost about a second and 2/10 to him. So he's maybe had a sloppy section earlier on. But Dicrox looks like he's got him covered right now.
Yeah, I believe Didi also had another spin, which is very painful. I think he just needs to work on his consistency, and he will be up there with the top fighters.
Like you said, mate, consistency is key. Trying to stay smooth all the way through this race is the key thing. And at the minute, Dicrox has done... I wouldn't say the best job. The best job tonight is done by Chris Pissick, but Dicrox has made a good recovery from the first race to get higher up in the points, so a great drive from him earlier on. But Chris has been the most consistent this evening, a first, and by the looks of things, a second at the minute. So Chris showing why he's so good in these cars.
Yeah, I'm telling you, every race that I've commentated on where someone's dominated, in the second race they've had a poor race. I told you this off air, but yeah, Chris having a poor race in second place. I mean, I wouldn't complain if I was him, but I think he'd much rather the first place.
Yeah, he's got to be thinking of championship. We're starting to get into the last half of the season, and he's got to think championship wise. So is it really worth battling it with Dicrox? No, well, it's better to score the points, definitely. So second place, he'll be happy with that. But we're watching Greenwood and Rakim right now. Greenwood all over the back of Rakim. Can he find a way past? At the minute, he can't. He was battling with Chris Pissick just at the end of the last race, the sprint race. As you see, I believe that's Thomas getting right out of the way with that damage to the front of his car. Once again, doing a great job of staying out of the way of the other drivers. This has allowed Rompu just to extend his gap. Oh, Greenwood drops it.
Oh no, out of the last corner.
No.
And that gives Thomas a chance to unlap himself.
Gives Thomas that chance to get back in front of Greenwood. That's such a shame. That was shaping up to be a great fight between him and Rakim towards the end. Such a shame, but hopefully one of the drivers...
Chris has lost a lot of time to Dicrox.
Yeah, Chris has dropped right off the pace now. Dicrox has pulled a gap on him, and Chris is not able to match him at the minute. So Dicrox looks like he's going to take a race win here. I'm not sure if he has won a race already this season. I will bring up the standings to see if
He's won the Nürburgring races, the sprint race and the feature race. I was just about to mention as well that this track does look a wee bit like the Nürburgring, just a little less undulation.
That's probably why Dicrox has been doing so well this evening, as he's taken a lot of curb there. Chris takes even more curb in the background, so really trying to push the limits. Tyre wear is probably kicking in now as Dicrox comes into the final corner to start his final lap. Go on, Green Post.
I was just going to say that exact thing, that Dicrox is just coming around to start the final lap and to get his third win, I believe it is. If he bins it now, I take no responsibility.
There you go, Dicrox. If you dropped it, then Green Pie says it's nothing to do with him. But Chris, obviously, with a little bit of a curse from Green Pies, because he said he was going to do well in this race, but he's lost the race lead, so he's lost the place in this. So not the race that he probably would have wanted, but the running order on the final lap. Dicrox lead at the minute. Chris Pissick in second place, BT Targa in third, Rompu fourth, Ray Kim in fifth, Greenwood in sixth, Seamel in seventh, Amazing Pie Boy eighth, ninth is Scuderia Paul, 10th is DD, and Thomas with that heavy damage on the front is 11th. And I think Green Pies, that is how they're going to finish, unless Dicrox makes a mistake. I don't see that happening though, as he's got one lap to go.
Yeah, he's only got 6 corners, so I'm hoping he doesn't spin it, because I don't want the blame.
That's alright, mate. We'll just blame Kurt.
Okay. Well then, it's Kurt's fault if he spins.
Kurt, it's your fault if anything happens to any of these Porsche drivers. If any of them spin, that's your fault. One of the Pink Panther drivers, I believe. So Kurt, if you are watching or listening, mate, don't curse him right now. But
as Dicrox comes around the last corner to take his 3rd win of the season.
Yes, Dicrox coming out the final corner to take the race feature here at Misano, and followed by Chris Pissick in second place. You can tell there, Chris is quite happy with that. He's quite happy to take that 2nd place. BT Targa, a solid podium for Team Prolapse as he exits the final few corners, but he was hunted down by Rompu at the end. But BT Targa will hang on to 3rd place. Run DJC, not quite a full podium lockout. Rompu will finish in 4th place. Ray Kim in 5th. Greenwood, after catching up to Ray Kim for a while, has lost out, so he will finish in 6th place. Seamel in 7th. Amazing Pie Boy will round off in 8th. Scuderia 9th. DD in 10th. And Thomas will complete the top 11. But Green Pies, what an exciting race we had here at Misano for these Porsche Super Cups. And congratulations to Chris Pissick and Dicrox this evening.
Yeah, I'm glad that, I mean, Andy, I'm sure would have loved to commentate on this, but I'm very happy that I got to commentate on this with you.
As have I as well, mate. So Andy and Ian missing out on a commentary, but we managed to get some exciting fight in here this evening at Misano. But congratulations to all the drivers, and we will be seeing them next time at the Hungaroring for Green Pie's favourite circuit. But the next time you will see Green Pies, I believe, will be the Formula 1.
No, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh, commentating with me and Cleo. So, well, you'll hear from myself and Green Pies tomorrow night with Andy as well for the Clio Cup, where we are at Texas Motor Speedway, sponsored by Silent X Energy. But well, that's it, guys. That's it for the Porsche Super Cup here at Misano. We'll move to round 6. But for myself and Green Pies, it's a good night.
Have a good night. See you tomorrow.